Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine with another little unboxing video, and this time it is Impellitteri, the box set, which is called The Complete Beast from 1987 to 2009. This is 6 CDs, but literally 12 albums, literally packed full of music. So let's have a look inside the box, and then I'll come back and tell you what I think of it. So this is Impellitteri, The Complete Beast, 1987 to 2009. And this is on Global Rock Records as well, and again it's part of Cherry Red, and you've got 6 CDs, 12 albums on this. Great clamshell box. The albums aren't necessarily in the right order, as I always say, because I've been playing them. So I shall do the booklet last of all. So this is Standing Line, and again you've got the artwork to the 2 albums that are represented on each CD sleeve. So Standing Line, Grin and Bear It, Wicked Maiden, and System X, Crunch, Pedal to the Metal, Eye of the Hurricane, and Answer to the Master, and Screaming Symphony. And the booklet brings a bit more sense to the covers, if you like. Great pictures of the band, Graham Bonnet there, and here I can see the list of which mirrors to the artwork on the front and back of the CD sleeve. So you've got album starting in 1988, CD 1, which also has Grin and Bear It on it, as you could see there, and then CD 2 has got the 2 albums on. CD 3 has also got the EPs as well, so they're all on there before we get to CD 4, which has got Crunch on it, more pictures of the band, and then Pedal to the Metal is on that. CD 5 is System X plus the live album, and then CD 6 is Wicked Maiden, lots of bonus tracks, and then the complete lineups of each version of the band, because there were lots of different people, lots of great musicians going in and out of this band, and some more pictures at the back. So that is Impellitteri, The Complete Beast, 1987 to 2009. Impellitteri, The Complete Beast, box set, 6 CDs, 1987 to 2009. Now, there are some things I want to say about this, because I am at an age where I should know this band, and I didn't. I was there then. The late 80s, however, felt crowded with tons of bands that looked and sounded roughly the same. As much as I loved heavy metal and guitar riffs and soaring helium-filled vocals, I started to get kind of like we'd reach a saturation point, and I couldn't tell one from the other. I couldn't tell if one band was wearing leg warmers or tying scarves around their knees or their wrists, or what was going on, and everyone had the same hair, and I just got crowded out. And then, of course, as the 80s finished and the 90s began, and Kerrang got confused, rock bands got confused, grunge arrived, whatever they did then throughout the 90s until the early 2000s, I had no idea. I had no idea at all. They weren't played on the radio. They weren't played in the pubs I went to. I didn't know. I say that because I can't believe it. Because if I had, as you've seen in the booklet, I mean, that probably would have said a lot to me at the time. That's obviously a classic picture of, the main man himself. But if I'd have heard this, especially if I'd heard the first album on this, if I can find it, the way this is written out, the first one, Standing Line, 1988. This is with Graham Bonnet, so that's another reason why I should have been aware of this. They would have been my favourite band. For where I was at the time, I would have loved this band. I would have shouted their praises from the rooftops. The riffs are the kind of riffs, it's my favourite kind of riffage, the kind of Van Halen-esque, wingy, kind of Kingdom Come staccato riffing that this is just, and it one track after the other. They even do Since You've Been Gone on that first album, probably because of Graham. But it is stunning. And when I was playing it, I thought, wow. And there's 12 albums to get through, 6 CDs, but each CD is nearly 80 minutes long. It would have been nice to have had some kind of essay about to give me a bit of background. I know I can use the internet, but sometimes when I'm listening to music, I like to be away from a screen and just immerse myself in this. So we've got the credits of who sings on it, and the band was like a bit of a swinging door, and lots of people coming in and out, etc. I mean, Rob Rock on vocals, great name, is a superb vocalist, just perfect foil for Chris Impellitteri on guitar. I mean, absolutely amazing. Ed Roth on keyboards. I mean, there's various people coming in and out, and obviously Graham Bonnet comes back later on. But that first album blew me away. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe there was, and I've done this a lot on this channel, the amount of things I find out that I missed. I mean, I'm used to missing things from the early 70s because I was too young and had no money. But the late 80s, I just thought I bought Kerrang. I'm sure I knew about everything from 1990 to 2000 until Classic Rock magazine came out in 1988. It was a desert. Unless you listened to Tommy Vance in the UK, and he only had an hour to basically do his stuff, you didn't know. But Grin and Bear It came out in 1992, so there's a gap. But again, the riffs and the guitar playing. Yes, Chris is a guitar player where he dispenses more notes than a failure of a Bitcoin campaign in a bank on a Saturday night. There's notes flying everywhere, but it's exciting. It brings a smile to your face. It's not self-indulgent. It just works. And then Answer to the Master, 1984, Screaming Symphony, 1996. Both of those albums, again, are amazing. And as I went through it, because I'm in CD, I got to the next one was Eye on the Hurricane, 1997, and then there's an EP. And so I'm 3 CDs in, and I'm thinking, I can't believe it. This would have been one of my favourite bands. I would have just championed this band. I would have waved flags for them. It's absolutely thrilling and unbelievable that I missed this band the first time round, or was it even the second time round? I just don't know. But this whole, literally what I've just described to you, there's a whole decade of music that I didn't know was there, hiding in plain sight perhaps. But those first three CDs, 70-80 minutes long, 6 albums in, absolutely incredible. Now in 1990, where was this one? 93, is it? To 2000, is Victim of the System and Crunch. Now, they get heavier here, and it didn't quite work for me. I think, actually, no, sorry, I got that wrong. Crunch and Pedal to the Metal, which is 2004. It's not new metal, but they were kind of obviously adjusting their sound to be heavier, to be more brutal, and a lot of bands were. And to me, kind of dips a little bit there. Where I suddenly thought, well, maybe, that was their best period, literally of the first decade. And those albums are incredible. I was playing some the other day to Dan, my oldest son, and he was going, wow, who is this? The guitar riffs are just incredible. And the vocals, as I said, this is just brilliant rock metal. This is just great stuff. You've got bands like Saxon are now flying the flag for power metal. This is power metal before I think it was really called that. It's absolutely brilliant. But those 2 albums, this midpoint, I started to think, maybe this is it, where it kind of starts to tail off for me. I'd be wrong, because Graham Bonnet comes back for System X CD5, and they're back. They're harder, but the riffs are just killer. I mean, absolutely incredible. And there's 11 tracks on the album, and they're all absolutely brilliant. There's some live stuff then, which is, the quality dips a little bit because it sounds a bit not official live recording to me, but again, it's American recording, and as you know, with American live recordings, the crowd are always that little bit too loud. That's me. And then we're on to CD 6, which is Wicked Maiden, which is from 2009, fairly recent in my world. And that is, again, another absolutely fantastic album, absolutely brilliant. And Rob Rock is back on vocals. He seems to be there, either him or Graham Bonnet is there a couple of times. But absolutely amazing. Now, if you've been a fan of this band for a long time, then I'm envious that you've had this music in your life a lot longer than I've had it in mine. But if you've only got a few of their albums, because I imagine they're not easy to find, then this little box set is an absolutely incredible way of getting them all together. You know, because you've got 2 albums on each disc, otherwise there would have been 12 discs and it would have been literally a lot more money. So the artwork for each album is on the front or the back. There isn't much credits in telling you anything. There's no interview with anybody, which is a shame. But to have this amount of music, you know, literally, what was it, 6.5 hours, 7 hours of music, and it's all fantastic. As I said, there's 2 albums where it doesn't quite do it to me as much as the others did, but it could be many of you out there will go, well, no, those are my favourite ones. Crunchy's my favourite album. But if you've known this band a long time, let me know. Let me know what you think, or give me a bit of background. But it's well worth it. It's on Global Rock, part of Cherry Red, and I've absolutely loved this. I've had it actually for quite a while, but it's taken this time to review it because there was so much to get through, and I kept just wanting to play it again. But I mean, do you see how many tracks you saw when I did the unboxing? It's just rammed full of wonderful, great music. Impellitteri. Chris Impellitteri is the guitarist. It was his project, and stunning. So that's out now, and it's been out for a while actually, but it's well worth it. So thank you for watching, thank you for being here. Remember, music is the healer and the doctor. Please subscribe, ring that little bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Remember to take care, keep spinning those discs, and I shall see you all very, very soon.